A South Florida teacher is out on bail after she was charged with having sex with a middle school student. But get this, the boy's mother may be in hot water as well because prosecutors say the mom knew about the affair and was okay with it. Joining us now to weigh in, former prosecutor Jonna Spilbor and defense attorney Jill Davis. All right, Jonna, how much trouble should the mom and or teacher be in?
You know, this is a really interesting story because what we have here is an old story with a new twist. Teachers having sex with students really, sadly, is not that new. But this time, the mom is alleged to have not just known, but sort of helped out. This is bad. Mom should be prosecuted in this case because she allowed her son to be a victim. And that, to me, is crucial.
Well, Jill, let me ask you about that. I mean, this is a very delicate case. I understand the mom is an immigrant and thought that the woman was a good influence on her son. How lightly do you tread prosecuting this mom?
Well, I mean, I would agree with you guys were talking about how this is an old story with a new twist, and the new twist being that, I mean, heaven forbid, a parent really did, you know, maybe consented or helped facilitate the relationship, allegedly. But the lawyers today at the hearing, her attorney, the mother's, spoke on her behalf and said that maybe she's disputing some of the allegations that were in the affidavit, saying that perhaps it was just her presence or if her knowledge, you know, because the law of accomplice or injury to a child by omission or something like that, she's going to have to do more than just have knowledge of the relationship. And the cultural difference, evidently in this particular case, I think is going to weigh on the prosecutor's minds in deciding on whether or not to pursue charges because of the delicate nature of what she knew and what she thinks is right or wrong.
And Jonna, I mean, it sounds like the teacher and the young student were actually off on a trip to Disney World when they came to arrest them or to question them, that kind of thing. I mean, how much did this mom know? I mean, if she's letting her son travel with this woman, you know, and I understand she still has custody of her son. Should he be taken out of the home at this point?
Yeah, she actually has 2 kids, and she has custody of both. They haven't removed the son who was involved in this relationship. But here's the other essential fact. If mom knew that teacher and her son were having sex and then packed her kids' bags and said, have fun in Disney World, that's bad. And she should be charged with endangering the welfare, at least with this kid. Because here's what I liken it to. What if a mom is driving her kid to a crack den or a fight club and the kid's getting punched in the face? Just because the kid might like it doesn't make it okay. And this is no different. Moms can't... She's being a bad mom, and unfortunately there is no law that you can charge somebody with being a bad mom, but she should be charged with something.
All right, Jill, how do you build a case and defend this mom?
Well, I mean, I would agree that maybe she's a bad mom, but, you know, that doesn't rise to the level of criminal charges. And the court, you know, has spoken to the child welfare agencies, and they have ordered some counseling for the 15-year-old boy and the mother, because they said, this agency has said that they deal with, in this particular case, she's from Cuba, they deal with people that have come from a different standard of parenting than what we have here. And I think that that would be the most appropriate decision to use the juvenile justice standards, which are what is in the best interest of the child. And is it really in his best interest to prosecute his mother and remove her from the home? Then he and his little brother are going to, you know, have to go somewhere else and further disrupt his life. And he truly is a victim in a sense if the teacher preyed on him. But what's in his best interest is not for his mother to be, you know, taken to prison, he and his brother separated, farmed out. And I think that, you know, that is what's going on now and why they haven't pursued anything, because they really have a situation where, you know, what is best, you know, is justice really served, you know, by prosecuting her, even if there is some applicable statute.
All right.
You know, I think that the totality of the circumstances is that they should just order psychological counseling for both of them.
All right, Jonna Spilbor and Jill Davis, we thank you both for the debate. We will stay tuned to this case and see what happens.